That was not the wake-up call they were expecting. This is a Fox News alert. Millions of Americans on high alert at this moment under tsunami warnings at this hour after a powerful 7.9 earthquake rocked Alaska, as you can see, to the south and to the east of Kodiak, Alaska.
The powerful shock striking in the middle of the night. Local reporters saying emergency crews fear that lives are now at stake, and they're urging everyone to get to higher ground.
You got brand new video showing lines of cars. Can you see that through the night? People trying to escape the wave of fear. The entire West Coast, Hawaii, parts of Canada, all under tsunami watches at this hour. We understand if you're in the southern part of Alaska, they're saying get to a higher ground.
Or the northwest coast of the United States as well.
Sure. This struck less than an hour ago, and so, you know, they do the math and they say that waves should start to appear. The question is, how high will the waves be? There is one report that one of the ocean buoys about 100 and some miles away from Alaska did just recently have a 35-foot wave.
I think for Americans, we hear tsunami and it takes us back. Do you remember the supermodel Petra that was involved in the tsunami? Was that in Indonesia years ago? Thailand, and so it reminds us of that and scares us to death. So I'm glad these folks are listening to the warnings and getting out. Except for the guy who's videotaping this, looks like he's going the wrong way.
So the minute this happened, quickly on Fox and Friends, first we went to Janice Dean. Janice Dean's been working this to find out the latest and where the danger might lie. Janice, what can you tell us?
It's going to take some time, and obviously the reports are going to be coming in minute by minute. But what I can tell you is that this is a very large earthquake, and Alaska is no stranger to earthquakes or tsunamis. They've had 4 of them in the past. So this is what we're dealing with. This is actual information that we are getting right now. So this is the earthquake that we were talking about. It was at one point 8.2. They have downgraded to 7.9, 173 miles southeast of Chiniak, Alaska. The depth is 6 miles. And a 7.9 earthquake is strong, although Alaska's, the biggest earthquake that they've ever had was in 1964, and that one was their largest ever, measured at 9.2. So although this is a big earthquake, they have seen and experienced larger earthquakes. 130 lives were lost because of that earthquake and the tsunami. As you mentioned, we have tsunami watches and warnings all up and down the coast, from Alaska's coastline down towards British Columbia, extending all the way south towards Southern California. So this is an extensive tsunami watch that extends all the way down towards Los Angeles, getting information minute by minute. But as we look back in history, again, Alaska, no stranger to earthquakes or tsunami watches or warnings. This was their biggest one, 9.2 magnitude. That's talking about where they lost 131 lives. So when we talk about magnitude, 8 or higher is a great earthquake. Now that it has been downgraded to 7.9, that's a major earthquake. We don't know how high the waves are going to be, but people are urged to take caution and move to higher ground, especially along the Alaskan coast. So here's what we deal with in terms of magnitude. We only see a magnitude 8 or greater, an average of 1 a year. So right now it's 7.9. It's pretty rare, but we are along that ring of fire where they typically have earthquakes. So they are no stranger to earthquakes around Alaska, but see a tsunami watch and warning extending as far south as California, Southern California. This is a big deal, and we're going to be following it minute by minute here.
Attention! A tsunami warning has been issued for this area. Tune to your local radio station for details. Tsunami warning. Please evacuate immediately. Please go to the Kodiak High School.
This is our tsunami warning for our 8.0 earthquake that just happened. Kind of scary. Don't know if you can hear that.
It's still shaking.
Tsunami watch. Repeat, tsunami watch. The National Weather Service has issued a tsunami watch for the coastal areas from Florence, Oregon to Crescent City, California.
Oh, you hear it right there. A Fox News alert, a huge earthquake, an 8.2 strikes near Kodiak, Alaska. That's in southern Alaska, and it has triggered fears of a tsunami.
Hawaii and the West Coast are under severe watches and warnings. Well, some locals say they felt their homes shaking when the 8.2 quake hit. Local reporters saying emergency officials are telling people to get to higher ground.
That's right. Schools are opening their doors for anybody who needs to evacuate. Let's send it straight over to senior meteorologist Janice Dean with what we can expect from this. That is a huge quake, Janice.
So we're getting information, and obviously this just happened maybe half an hour ago. What I am hearing is that from Washington to California, British Columbia to Alaska, we have the potential for significant inundation, and it is expecting or occurring because of that 8.2 earthquake just offshore. And what we have is a shift in the ocean basin, and that's why we have the potential for water, a wall of water to come on shore. We still don't have a lot of information. That's why the watch and the warning has been issued. But widespread dangerous coastal flooding is possible, and we are expecting the potential for waves to continue after the initial wave moves in. So, you know, in some cases, we're not going to have a lot of time to get to higher ground, and that's why the National Weather Service has issued that tsunami watch and tsunami warning. This is an area that potentially you could feel earthquakes in the ocean here, and that triggers the potential for tsunami, but we do not have a lot of information here. Sometimes these preliminary reports are, you know, more dangerous. It looks more dangerous than it actually is. We definitely need more information here. I can't give you a, expectation of how big the tsunami wave is going to be, or if there's going to be waves occurring after this. Obviously, this is something we're going to have to watch throughout the morning, and we're hoping, that this isn't as significant as it potentially could be.
Yeah, and it's tricky predicting these things because there's really no rhyme or reason to them. Sometimes you can get a tsunami, sometimes you can really see nothing at all, and nobody really knows.
What we do know is this is a very powerful earthquake that could potentially trigger a very dangerous, life-threatening situation. So we are on top of it. We will keep you up to date.
Absolutely. Janice, thank you. Information is going to be trickling in now, and we will certainly keep you updated.
Something I don't say very often, some breaking news now from Alaska. A warning has been issued for widespread hazardous tsunami waves after an 8.2 magnitude earthquake off the southeast coast of the American state. There are reports of a 10-meter wave being filmed that is about 32 feet high, and we will, of course, have more on that tsunami off Alaska later on Sky. This is all up.
Kind of scary. Don't know if you can hear that.